Welcome to Level Up Your Brain. Today we bring you the Ultimate 101 Animal Quiz from easy to impossible. Let's get started. Guess this animal, you have 3 seconds. It's a dog. Fun fact. Dogs can understand up to 250 words. It's a cat. Fun fact. Cats sleep about 16 hours a day. It's a cow! Fun fact. Cows have best friends and get stressed when separated. It's a horse. Fun fact. Horses can't breathe through their mouths. It's a sheep. Fun fact. Sheep can recognize human faces. It's a pig. Fun fact. Pigs are smarter than dogs. It's a goat! Fun fact, goats have rectangular pupils. It's a rabbit. Fun fact, rabbits' teeth never stop growing. It's a duck. Fun fact, a duck's quack can echo. It's a chicken. Fun fact, chickens can remember over 100 faces. It's an elephant. Fun fact, elephants can recognize themselves in mirrors. It's a lion. Fun fact, a lion's roar can be heard 5 miles away. It's a tiger. Fun fact, tiger's skin has stripes too. It's a giraffe. Fun fact, giraffes only sleep about 30 minutes a day. It's a zebra. Fun fact, no 2 zebras have the same stripes. It's a bear. Fun fact, some bears can run faster than horses. It's a fox. Fun fact, foxes can make over 40 different sounds. It's a deer. Fun fact, male deer regrow their antlers every year. It's a monkey. Fun fact, monkeys can use tools just like humans. It's a kangaroo. Fun fact, kangaroos can't walk backward. It's a panda. Fun fact, pandas spend up to 14 hours a day eating bamboo. It's a penguin. Fun fact, penguins mate for life. It's a dolphin. Fun fact, dolphins call each other by name. It's a fish. Fun fact, some fish can glow in the dark. It's an owl. Fun fact, owls can turn their heads 270 degrees. Great job. That was the easy level. Ready for medium? It's a cheetah. Fun fact, cheetahs are the fastest land animals. It's a hippo. Fun fact, hippos can't actually swim. They bounce underwater. It's a rhino. Fun fact, rhino horns are made of the same stuff as hair. It's a gorilla. Fun fact, gorillas share 98% of human DNA. It's a sloth. Fun fact, sloths can hold their breath longer than dolphins. It's a flamingo. Fun fact, flamingos turn pink from the food they eat. It's a crocodile. Fun fact, crocodiles can live more than 70 years. It's an eagle. Fun fact, eagles can spot prey from 3 miles away. It's a wolf. Fun fact, wolves can run up to 40 miles per hour. It's a camel. Fun fact, camels can drink 50 liters of water at once. It's a moose. Fun fact, moose are the largest members of the deer family. It's a seal. Fun fact, some seals can dive over 1,500 feet deep. It's a walrus. Fun fact, walruses use their tusks to climb onto ice. It's a chimpanzee. Fun fact, chimps can learn and use sign language. It's a koala. Fun fact, koalas sleep up to 20 hours a day. It's a parrot. Fun fact, some parrots can live over 70 years. It's a peacock. Fun fact, only male peacocks have big, colorful tails. It's a bat. Fun fact, bats are the only flying mammals. It's a whale. Fun fact, blue whales are the largest animals ever. It's an otter. Fun fact, sea otters hold hands while they sleep. It's a hedgehog. Fun fact, hedgehogs can have over 6,000 spines. It's a raccoon. Fun fact, raccoons can remember solutions for 3 years. It's a llama. Fun fact, llamas can spit more than 10 feet. It's a stork. Fun fact, storks migrate thousands of miles every year. It's a shark. Fun fact, the whale shark is the biggest fish in the ocean. Nice work, you made it through the medium level, but now things get serious. Welcome to the hard level. It's an okapi. Fun fact, okapis are nicknamed forest giraffes. It's a tapir. Fun fact, tapirs have snouts like mini elephants. It's a capybara. Fun fact, capybaras are the largest rodents in the world. It's a manatee. Fun fact, manatees were once mistaken for mermaids. It's an axolotl. Fun fact, axolotls can regrow lost limbs. It's a platypus. Fun fact, platypuses lay eggs even though they're mammals. It's a fennec fox. Fun fact, fennec foxes have giant ears to stay cool in the desert. It's a wombat. Fun fact, wombats poop in cubes. It's a red panda. Fun fact, red pandas are closer to raccoons than pandas. It's a quokka. Fun fact, quokkas are called the world's happiest animal. It's a shoebill. Fun fact, shoebill storks can stand still for hours without moving. It's a saiga antelope. Fun fact, saigas have funny noses that filter dust in the air. It's a tarsier. Fun fact, tarsiers have the biggest eyes compared to their body size. It's a pangolin. Fun fact, pangolins are covered in hard scales like armor. It's a proboscis monkey. Fun fact, male proboscis monkeys have huge noses to attract mates. It's a dole. Fun fact, doles are wild dogs that hunt in packs bigger than wolves. It's a cassowary. Fun fact, cassowaries can kick hard enough to break bones. It's a gerenuk. Fun fact, gerenuks stand on 2 legs to eat leaves from trees. It's a meerkat. Fun fact, meerkats take turns standing guard for their group. It's a markhor. Fun fact, markhors have amazing spiral-shaped horns. It's a sun bear. Fun fact, sun bears have the longest tongues of any bear. It's a leafy sea dragon. Fun fact, leafy sea dragons look just like seaweed to hide. It's a snow leopard. Fun fact, snow leopards can leap up to 50 feet in one jump. It's a binturong. Fun fact, binturongs smell like popcorn. It's a slow loris. Fun fact, slow lorises are one of the only venomous primates. Amazing! You survived the hard level, but can you conquer the impossible level? Let's find out. It's a dodo. Fun fact, dodos couldn't fly and went extinct in the 1600s. It's a thylacine, Tasmanian tiger. Fun fact, Thylacines had pouches like kangaroos. It's a great auk! Fun fact. Great auks were flightless seabirds extinct since the 1800s. It's a helicoprion buzzsaw shark. Fun fact. This prehistoric shark had a spiral of teeth like a buzzsaw. It's a passenger pigeon. Fun fact. Billions once filled the skies, but they're now extinct. It's a quagga. Fun fact. Quaggas were zebras with stripes only on the front half of their bodies. It's a woolly mammoth. Fun fact. Mammoths had long fur and blood adapted for freezing weather. It's Steller's sea cow. Fun fact. These giant sea cows were hunted extinct in just 27 years. It's a megatherium. Fun fact. This was a giant ground sloth the size of an elephant. It's a smilodon saber-toothed tiger. Fun fact. Smilodons had 7-inch long fangs. It's an Archaeopteryx. Fun fact. Archaeopteryx was one of the first birds to ever exist. It's a Dunkleosteus. Fun fact. This ancient fish had an armored skull and could bite through bone. It's a mastodon. Fun fact. Mastodons looked like mammoths, but had different shaped teeth for eating leaves. It's a glyptodon. Fun fact. Glyptodons were giant armadillo-like creatures with shells as strong as tanks. It's a Basilosaurus. Fun fact, Basilosaurus was an ancient whale with tiny back legs. It's a Solenodon. Fun fact, Solenodons are one of the few venomous mammals. It's an aardwolf. Fun fact, aardwolves are hyenas that eat mostly termites. It's a tuatara. Fun fact, tuataras are reptiles older than dinosaurs, true living fossils. It's an olm. Fun fact, olms are blind salamanders that can live for 100 years. It's a blobfish. Fun fact, blobfish look squishy on land but normal under deep sea pressure. It's a Tapanuli orangutan. Fun fact, with fewer than 800 left, it's the rarest great ape in the world. It's a poison dart frog. Fun fact, poison dart frogs get their toxins from the insects they eat. It's a frilled shark. Fun fact, frilled sharks are called living fossils and look like sea monsters. It's a naked mole rat. Fun fact, naked mole rats can live over 30 years and don't feel pain the same way we do. It's a thorny dragon lizard. Fun fact, thorny dragons can drink water through their skin grooves. It's a Sunda flying lemur, Colugo. Fun fact, flying lemurs don't actually fly. They glide for over 100 meters using skin. Incredible! You made it through the impossible level. How many did you guess right? Subscribe to level up your brain for more quizzes.